Alright, y'all, what's up? It's Sarkos here on Hip Hop Hour, and I got an interview here with one of the brand new artists.
Durrty Water.
The fuck? Really, Mia? The dog's all cool, man, but at the same time,
Can't be
bringing toys. It's not playtime.
Right.
Yeah, you need to lay down.
You think this shit a game, nigga?
Yeah.
He said, yeah.
Yeah, this is a game.
I was gonna bark like DMX, but I think that actually caused confrontation with an actual dog.
It's either going to cause confrontation or she's just going to want to play.
I don't want either of that.
She probably just want to play.
Both options sound terrible.
Alright, y'all, what's up? It's Sarkos here on Hip Hop Hour, and I'm here with one of the brand new artists on the Hip Hop Hour. Episode 6 is where he's starting out. It's Durrty Water right here. What's up, man?
How you doing?
I'm just hanging out, man.
Appreciate you for having me.
Yeah, it's not a problem, man. So just kind of to start out here, what made you want to get into music?
Everything. Music saved my life. I didn't have the best childhood growing up, you know. I'm sure that's a very generic answer for when it comes to like hip hop, but I didn't. And when days was bad and this, that, and the third happened, I put on like music, and not just like rap music, like Earth, Wind and Fire, Aretha Franklin. You know what I mean? Like just anything that sounded good. The Gap bands, just all that. So like anything that I was in tune with saved my life, because if it was a bad day, it wasn't gonna be a bad day no more when I put the Walkman on. And this kind of back then, you know what I mean?
Right.
So the Walkman had to be steady, otherwise that bitch was skipping.
Yeah, no, I remember that shit, man. I had that shit when I was on a paper route, dude.
Facts.
And being on rollerblades when I was doing my paper route in 5th grade and shit.
Facts.
Trying to listen to the fucking Snoop Dogg CD or No Limit back and shit.
Right.
Like that, you know, fucking trying to fuck around with that shit. Every time I hit like a bump in the sidewalk, that shit would skip every time.
And it sucks because like when I used to rap out loud to the Walkman, like if people were outside on the porches and they're looking at me, if my shit skips, you better believe I skip with it. So it sounded like
yeah, you
that,
gotta pause or else you're
right. So like that was the version of the you guys didn't hear that version. It's a remix. You guys aren't cool. It's fucking mine.
Yeah, no shit. yeah, no, definitely. Like music is definitely something that will take your mind off of anything that you got going on.
Facts.
And it will just put you in whatever zone you're wanting to get into.
Right, and it's more than just like for me it's more than just saving my life. Like when I used to get in fights, like I'd have music to get me in the zone too.
Right.
You know what I mean? Now for that it was more like rock music, but I'm just or like if it was crunk music, you know, Lil Jon, fucking anything Yin Yang Twins did, even their romance shit, I'd still be ready to fight niggas.
What, you ready to fight over Whisper?
I'm saying, why do you say my dick? And the niggas be like, hold up, bro. This ain't that type of fight, nigga. What are you talking about? Nah, but music is it's mood altering, it's life changing, it's fulfilling. It's like oatmeal, you know. It sustains you.
And like, it's informational.
It is in the right hands.
Well, yeah, obviously in the right hands.
Not every artist is an educational artist. Not gonna name no names, but I just know.
Just keep it there.
Right, you know what I'm saying? I just know that if my kids ever came up to me with a certain artist and like, look, Dad, I'm listening to this, I'd be like, oh God, you're gonna be stupid. I feel so bad for you.
I do that shit, man. My kids, man, I try to get them on actual good music, but they just, whatever's popping on the radio at that time. Well, actually, on YouTube. Sorry, whatever's popping on YouTube right now.
Facts.
That all these kids are making remix video and dance videos to. That's the track that they're pushing, you know. But I mean, it's kind of the same way back in our day, you know. You're 27, I'm 31, so you know we were kind of in the same era.
Same
you know what
circles
I'm saying?
of it. Yeah,
and so like. Yeah, back in middle school, whatever was on the radio or on MTV when they actually played fucking music, you know,
music television channel,
when they actually played music, you know, that's what we were doing, you know, like being on the bus, and when Changes came on by Pac, you know, everybody started singing that, or when Bop came on, half the fucking bus would be singing that shit.
And,
you know,
and then like half that didn't know it, or that they swear they didn't know it, they was tapping their foot because in their head.
Yeah, they knew it.
Because when shit's catchy, shit catchy. I don't give a fuck if you the hoodest nigga in the world, if you the most suburban nigga in the world, shit catchy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you don't gotta go all out and do the Carlton like back. You ain't gotta do all that, but you know you just like. I fuck with it.
Yeah.
But it's different though, because back then, at least when we had songs coming out, shit made sense. Like one song that I'll never get tired of
I
hearing.
don't know. Bob didn't really make any
Not
sense.
not that, no, but
Changes.
but them white boys were special. No, but like
Yeah.
the one song I never get old of is Bone Thugs and Harmony, Crossroads.
Oh well,
Like
no,
that-
nobody can ever get tired.
Right,
of them.
but at least when we listen to our shit, like it was brothers using big words. You could clearly hear them. Even Take 9, for as quick as he be chopping, at least he's still saying shit.
And Twista.
Right, you know what I mean? Like them-
On F5, man,
Right.
that motherfucker was rapping some long ass goddamn words on F5.
So I was just like, get shit that made you have, like Big Pun when you had to get the dictionary. Like what the fuck is
Yeah.
this nigga over here making up word? No, it's right there. I see it.
No, it's
Yep.
not. It's not making
It's-
up a word.
That word means for niggas who got to get the dictionary. He's talking about me.
Exactly.
like it.
That's what was happening.
Right.
But that's the thing though, is that's back when, intellectual people were using their intellect not just to play off of people and to pimp people out.
Right, like-
Basically, they were doing it to spread, just like KRS-One stuff, to spread love and having fun.
Facts.
And just the overall education of everything. It's like we can talk about whatever you want to talk about.
Right. Let's
But-
just be smart
But
about
be
it.
real
Right.
and have fun with it. You know.
I mean, education has dwindled down so much that I see people making fun of T.I. for how he still talks.
Yeah.
Who was it? I think it was what year did the Broncos play that Peyton Manning was playing, and it was a couple years ago. I think it was against the Panthers, against Cam Newton, and so T.I. took a picture with Peyton Manning. And then, someone's like, T.I., the type of person to be like, I unequivocally expect the Broncos. And people are like, that sounds so much like him. Like, that's not him. Like, that's how educated people
But
talk.
even still, okay, if you look at T.I., look at any artist, the progression that they go through
Right.
as they
In their
go through
career.
life,
Yeah.
but then also their career, you're 27, I'm 31, like we said, but when we were 18,
I'm going to keep saying that.
we were some
Keep
dumb
hurting feelings.
motherfuckers.
Right.
I'm just saying, that
Right.
was over 10 years
Right.
ago,
I
almost
feel
10
you.
years ago, but over 10 years.
Right.
10 years ago,
Right.
dumb motherfuckers, So when T.I. first came out with his first album, whenever he was actually, T.I.P. when he was a crazy motherfucker, and then he merged into T.I. and then he killed off the
Right, he
T.I.P. part.
progressed.
Yeah, and
Like, he
then
went from,
he started
rap
doing
music-
reality shows for whatever reason.
You know what? I'm not even mad at that. And that's more
No?
like that. Here's my thing. I'm not a big fan of reality shows at all because I know that they're reality.
They're reality based.
Right. But it's just the fact
They're
that
angled.
It's just and it's gonna sound so wrong, and I don't mean it like that. But there's not a lot of positive images of black families.
No,
When
I
you-
get what you're saying.
When you hear stereotypes of black fathers, they're deadbeats. They're not there. So it was just cool to for the whole world to see a black father who cared for all of his kids and then taught them life lessons, work ambition. Now, grant I'm pretty sure a lot of that shit was not, was
Yeah.
not solid. But it's just the fact that the family was.
Right, yeah.
That the love was not scripted.
The intent was there. The information may have been a little skewed.
Right,
But the
because
intent was there. And then, isn't his wife the girl he's been with for a long fucking time or something like that?
Yeah, I believe. I think she's a ghostwriter. That's how she helped T.I.
Right, but she's been there, maybe not day 1, but day 4 or something like
Right.
that.
So in a
Right.
10-day grace
Yeah.
period, we'll give her that. So,
Right.
But it's, I mean, and if you look at BET, there's so much ignorance when they show that put it like this: if a racist person was like, "Hey, I want to give black people a chance, people of color, let me watch BET." And see what they like. I'm being so serious.
They're gonna get all the stereotypes
Right.
that they already went in thinking they
It's
were gonna
called
see.
Black entertainment television, and I'm only half black. Don't get me wrong, but my
Right.
pops don't like BET. No one took his poll into consideration.
Yeah.
His vote. Hey, as a black man, do you find this entertaining? No, a lot of that stuff is ignorant.
Mm-hmm.
And if a person saw
It's
that-
entertaining to non-black people or to ignorant black people.
right?
probably,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I hate it. And I'm just like, so when T.I. had a reality show, I was like, come on, man, don't fucking be this person.
Right,
But
because you thought he was selling out
Yeah.
and trying
when I
to
saw
not be
it-
himself.
when I saw it, and I only seen 2 or 3 episodes.
Probably. Seems to be an issue every time I do something.
It was all the information. This is Illuminati.
Yeah, information overload.
Yeah, the government don't want it
Motherfucker was
to.
in here watching about the pyramids, mystic secrets and shit when I got here, and then they just happened to know it, and they just cut it out.
I would not be surprised if the government had Alex on their list.
I guarantee I'm on their list, man.
Yeah,
I'm a fucking veteran.
that's
So I mean, I'm automatically on a list.
Well, I appreciate your service.
Well, that's
very
whatever, man.
much so.
Yeah,
I
but
really do. That's being said. Anybody that's willing to fight for me, that's my nigga. I would not fight for this country at all. But you fight for more than just yourself. It's the people involved.
Well, the thing is that when I first went in, it was about the preservation of freedom.
I don't think it was a battery. I think I just had it.
Did you break it?
No, I just had a timer in my settings.
Didn't nobody touch it?
No, you can still. Oh, it broke. Oh.
Now I see why you on the watch list. You think mutants are out here to
No, he
break
blew
your
his
shit.
cigarette smoke on it and it's done.
No,
Done deal. No, but like when I went in, man, I went in 2005 when it was still the height of we're going to go get these people who tried to kill us and stuff like that.
Facts.
While I was in, that's when I figured out the deception behind the whole marketing of the war. But and then I was like, you know, I give up my freedoms, all of them, 100%, in order to fight for other people to have their freedoms.
Facts.
Now, besides all the politics of it, yeah, when you're over there, it's all about the people that you're there for. You honestly don't really, most of the time, you don't think about America. Like when you're charging the enemy, you're not like, I'm doing this for apple pie and grandma and shit like that, you know? You're like, I'm doing this so I don't fucking die and so none of my guys die.
Because it's either kill or be killed.
Exactly.
And when you in that mindset.
Yeah, that's what it is. So, I mean, and then when you come back after you detox from all the brainwashing and shit, then you're like, okay, I went there. When I raised my hand, the intention on why I went there was to preserve and protect the Constitution and Bill of Rights of the United States and the freedom of everybody within the United States, but also to bring freedom to the world.
Facts.
Which comes under many different disguises.
Facts.
But yeah, so that's why I'm doing what I'm doing with the Fight for Freedom Productions. It's like fight for your individual rights and your individual freedoms. And with music, that's the main thing that is being stifled through not only the education that we're talking about, where they're giving miseducation and re-educating people with stupid-ass 2 + 2 = 5 bullshit, but then they're also trying to censor everybody and be like, oh, no, that's the new Common Core shit that they're teaching now.
I feel you.
No,
I feel you.
I learned 2 + 2 = 4 because it makes sense. But now they got this whole new where you take the denominators and do some weird shit.
That's just stupid because I seen like there was a kid that got in trouble because he had the right answer, but he didn't break down his answer the way the teacher wanted it. And like to me, if that was my kid, I'd slap the shit out that teacher. Like you basically just told my kid that he's right. He's just not doing it the way you want it to be done. But
That's
at the end of the day, you know what I mean? But his result was still right.
Right.
You're showing them that there's not different ways to get the same solution.
Because education system is not about educating people. It's about having people fall in line. Like I saw a video where it was saying how our educational system is so out of date because whenever it was first instituted, it was all about creating factory line workers. So you get people to sit down, shut up, pay attention, do A, do B, do C, do E,
doing
do
assembly
E,
line.
do what you're told. Do what you're told and do it multiple times. Memorize what you're supposed to do because that's all it is. It's about memorization and following direction.
Right.
That's all the education is now. It doesn't teach you how to do. I mean, like there's some schools that are doing their own thing. You know, actually teaching kids how to learn and how to think critically and everything like that. Like math is supposed to be problem solving, and the harder you get with math, it's the harder problem solving. But yeah, like they're totally re-educating people, and so hip hop has always been at its core about speaking truth to power and also to ignorance. And it's been diverted in the mainstream culture, but in the underground, it's still there.
Hip hop is like a musical protest. And it always has been. Be like when Public Enemy did 911 as a joke, the average response time for the cop to get to the projects in New York was almost 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So when someone called the police, it was almost 20 minutes till someone got there. Imagine someone banging at your door, wanting to hurt you and your family. That takes 20 minutes. So they have 18 minutes to do what the fuck they want. That door,
Yeah.
that structure of the door is going to hold so long before
Yeah.
he finally enters, right? So after that song came out, it went from almost 20 minutes to 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Now, that's still bad.
That's still a long
That
time.
is still terrible. But
Because
it's just-
I can grab my gun and shoot 17 rounds to that fucking door in like a minute.
right. I mean, I'm sure.
And then call the cops and be like, you better bring an ambulance because this motherfucker's fucked
the
up.
whole family dead. Damn, even Pookie, especially
Yeah,
Pookie.
why not,
He was the
man?
one I was looking for.
Motherfuckers over here trying to fuck me up.
I mean, it's a lot better now. There's a lot more precincts, there's a lot more officers, but it's just the fact that New York Police Department was so embarrassed with the backlash they got just from music,
Yep.
just from one song. Imagine if people in this nation came together for one force, for the integrity of doing the right thing, but regardless of color or all that you do, anything that divides us, regardless of all that, if we went in the right direction, the changes we could make would be abysmal, and it happened overnight. But that one song blew up, and then all of a sudden, New York Police Department was like, the commissioner was like, "Fuck,
Yeah.
damn it, Frank. Next
Yeah.
time a nigga calls, just get there.
Yeah,
all right?
just get
Don't
there
stop at Burger
immediately.
King.
Yeah.
You're not that hungry. Just get there."
But you gotta think about it too. I mean, like, besides New York being a big city and stuff like that, the police are they're not supposed to be the first line of defense. You are.
Right, facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
That's why there's a Second Amendment. It's not to have a militia. It's the right to bear arms. Why? Because the Second Amendment was put in there because you have the right to bear arms. Any kind of armament you want, whether it's a knife or whether it's hand grenades. You know what I'm saying? Like, realistically, right? If you want to get hand grenades, that's your business, right?
Why your analogies go from something fair to extreme? The knife part is like a lot of niggas
Right.
walk around knives or hand grenade. Nigga, I wouldn't know what website to go for hand grenades.
Right.
I didn't even thought of that.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you can find some, but but what I'm saying is, it's like the whole part of the government and the whole services industry of the police department and the fire department, the paramedics are to get there if an emergency arises. However, you are the first line of
Right.
defense.
I would say that the police and all that are a second line defense because it's what you said. It's an emergency. So
Yeah.
if you can diffuse a situation and hopefully handle it with all the tools you have,
Yeah.
then let's do that. But if not, if this is bigger than that's out of your hands, then go get the authorities. And I don't want this show to I don't want no one to misinterpret.
Yeah.
I have nothing wrong. I have nothing wrong with the police.
Yeah, sure.
I think the fact that you feel safe calling a group of people is awesome because
Yeah.
people feel so scared nowadays. I just don't like bad people. And
Yeah.
that's more than just the police. That's teachers. That's the preachers. That is people that I work with.
Yeah.
It boils down to everything. I'm not looking at anything to divide us. I just don't like bad people. Anybody with the intent to hurt me or my people or my family, I don't like you. I don't
Yeah.
care what uniform you're wearing. I do not like you.
Right, but see what you were saying with, it's not nothing against the police because the police are your people. Yeah, the thing is that when you lump any group of people into a group of people and call them one certain thing, whether it's men, police,
Right.
black people, women, kids, pit bulls, whatever, you know what I'm saying? When you do that, you lump everything in and say everything is all the same within this circle or this square or this triangle.
Right.
But it's not like that, man, because there's multiple different shapes within that same shape.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So when you say, fuck the police, so are you talking about the honest, hardworking police officer who does his job
Regardless of
no
color.
matter what?
Yeah.
He's that cop that Lil
Right.
Wayne was talking about, the cop that
saved him.
that saved him
And he was
after
a
all
white
the
cop.
after the black cops jumped over him and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whether that's true or not, whatever. So you're talking about the honest, hardworking cop, or that's you can't do that when you say fuck all the bad cops or the crooked cops, like
Right.
hip hop used to say. 187 on a crooked ass cop and shit
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. Crooked ass cop. It's the same thing as a crooked ass
And if you're a good
politician.
cop, you should take no offense to that.
Yeah.
You should
You should be
agree.
singing it.
Right. Well, I'm
Because-
talking to you, Frank.
yeah,
Talking to you,
yeah,
buddy.
Exactly. It's like
Your
everybody
crooked
knows.
ass.
Everybody knows who's crooked around them, no matter
Right.
where you work. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's got that job, whether you work at McDonald's
I will say this
or
though,
whatever.
and I hate to say it, but I can see where T.I. was coming from, because T.I. said the same thing. Because people are like, "What about the good cops?" He was like, "This is my problem. If a cop raided a trap house, anybody who's there is going to jail. just by association because you know what's going on. So as a cop, if you see a bad cop and you don't turn him in, you're just as crooked as that cop. Like whoever he kills, regardless of color, if they're innocent, that blood lies on your hands too. And I really do see what T.I.'s coming from.
Or that shakedown that you did, right?
Like, because here's my thing. Apparently in life, you can't understand the logic without people agreeing with it. You know what I mean? Like, if I understand why people do bad things, so you condone that? No, like I understand the logic.
No, you just understand it.
Right? I never said it was okay.
You can understand why Hitler did what he did, whether you agree with it or not. It's a different story.
With that shit. Yeah. But to him, in his point of view, when he had that logic, I want this whole world to be like me, of my people, because we're the best. This, that, third. Okay, I see what you're saying, but it's not true. It's stupid.
It's not like.
But I see why you're saying that.
It's not cool because you had all these Jews that you didn't like working on your rocket program, so you might as well shut the fuck up.
Face it, Hitler. Yeah, exactly. Suck it.
Yeah, but no, well, I see what you're saying, man, because like what T.I. was saying, but and the way that the police departments work, it's a brotherhood. Why? In order to get, or there's women in there too, you know what I'm saying, but it's the term of a brotherhood, like a family that's not technically related by blood, in order to have the unit cohesion, in order to complete the mission at hand. And it's the same thing that it was in the military. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was in the military with all different backgrounds of people, all different genders of people, ethnicities, everything like that.
Right.
And it was, you were a brotherhood. You took care of everything within. And yes, unfortunately, when some shady shit went down, most of the time people will cover for each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the bad part of a brotherhood. But at the same time, if they take care of it from within,
that's the good part about it.
At least they're trying to do something. You know what I'm saying? Like, whether they keep it out of the public's eye, that's a different thing. If they, tie some crooked-ass cop who killed somebody, they tie him up in a basement for a week and beat the shit out of him, that's their business. But as long as they're not, and they don't want to get it out in the public, so the public blames everybody.
Going back to that extreme
I'm just saying, man. Dude, if somebody killed an innocent kid, you should probably get that happening at least.
Oh, I'm not denying it. I'm just saying, when people watch this video, they're going to be like, like the brotherhood sticks together, cool. So that way, if a group of people strip this nigga butt naked and beat him and put lit cigarettes on him, they be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but at least they're going to think that you're the reasonable one and I'm just that crazy-ass motherfucker on the show.
I'm not against it. I'm just I only call it out so people know that if you were like, damn, I was too.
Oh, so you just want to be like, all right, here's a public service announcement. Anything that comes out of my mouth is not reflecting on him. Anything that comes out of his mouth is not reflecting on me.
That's not. But let me explain that though. It is like movie interviews. When you watch a movie, what's that thing always say? The opinions of the actors are not unaffiliated with Fox or Paramount. But you feel me though?
Yeah.
Because you can't say nothing without people putting all that together. Because like I just said, if you understand the logic, people think you condone that.
Right.
And that's not at all true. I understand what you're saying, and for that case, I would not. If someone told me, hey, in that house right there, that cop who shot that little girl, there are other cops hanging him up from a pole and beating his ass with 2x4, cool. I'm a smooth walk past that house and not say nothing. They ain't got shit. However, if there's like, hey, there's a person down there for no reason that people are hanging up and beating up, then I gotta be like, different situation. Right, it's a whole different thing.
Yeah,
it's a whole different ballgame.
That's why I started Fight4Freedom Productions, was to allow people to be able to say whatever they want.
Right,
and people can either debate them or ignore them. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I see it. Exactly. That's the way I see it. That's the way I see it. Like, if you said something that I don't even like, I could either debate you, but if I'm not intelligent enough to do it, I can still try to debate you, or I can ignore you. You know what I'm saying? This whole trying to shut people down from saying what they want just because you don't like it or hurt your feelings, fuck all that dumb shit.
And the problem with that is,
because that's not hip hop for one. Right. And so whenever hip hop starts getting into PC culture is when I gotta say fuck off for that shit. Right.
And the problem with that is, and that right there is bigger than hip hop. Is when someone says something you don't like, so you just shut it down and that is it. Why not try to ask questions?
At least do a diss track.
Right. Just to, why do you feel like that? You know what I mean? Like,
have a discussion, man.
Right.
Like, yeah, because like KRS-One and all them, the originators, like they would have just like town hall meetings where they would just discuss and philosophize on shit. You know, like philosophy and philosophers used to be everywhere.
Right.
And now they're all getting stifled. Why? Because it's the same system that trains you to be a machine operator instead of an actual thinker in school. It's all about sit in your house, stay in the line, plug yourself into the system, shut up, and do what you're told.
Like, it's ridiculous how much people get, like, brainwashed
Mhm.
without even realizing it. And I hate to keep going back to race, but, like,
It's a big issue right now.
Last year,
where everybody's brainwashed in a certain category,
right?
And they think certain things no matter what they are. And race has been a hot button issue this whole year.
Last year at the Mall of America in Minnesota, they hired the first black Santa.
Right.
And people were fucking flipping out. They're like, hold up, bro. Like, I'm not racist, but Santa's white. Santa's a fictional fucking character. What are you talking about,
no
bro?
Shit. Yeah, if you're trying to be like, if somebody dressed up as Martin Luther King, but they were whiter than me, then you could be like, well, hold on a second.
Right, this is a real life nigga.
I appreciate you trying to remember him in a good way. However, do you know anybody who's a little darker than you?
You know, here's the thing, I wouldn't be mad if he did that, but if he had like,
as long as he did it with tact.
Right,
if he was doing it disrespectfully, it's different
right.
story.
If he had brown foundation, I'd be like, put that shit on,
right.
And I'm beating your fucking neck. No, but like, it's different because people don't understand the whole thing. Well, growing up, my parents always said Santa Claus white. Your parents were born in the 50s and 60s. Yeah. They weren't gonna let no nigga come in their house and drop off gifts. Santa had to be white.
There's that.
Yeah. Like, I mean, you have to think about the era that comes with it.
But you also got to think about the origination of the Santa story. The origination of the Santa story didn't come from Africa.
Oh, facts.
It didn't come from Jamaica. It didn't come from Latin America.
Did he like kill bad kids?
I'm not 100% about that one. There's a twisted story like a Grimm's fairy tales on Krampus.
Right.
It may not be Grimm's fairy tales, but there's something like that's Krampus, where's the evil one,
right,
who would like steal kids and shit like that. But yeah, like the good Santa was from like a northern European area. So yeah, they're white because they don't get sun. You know what I'm saying? Like, Santa's gonna be white if he came from that area because he didn't get any sun. That's just what happens. You know, like the people that legitimately say, you know, hey, Jesus wasn't white. Well, you know, he could have been very light, but yeah, he probably was not like Caucasian white because he came from because he came from a Middle Eastern area where they were at least a little bit tan, if not darker.
It
depends on if he had African background or not. You know,
I hate it because like race is such a big issue and it's terrible and it's getting worse.
It's that one that hits everybody.
It does.
Like, you can argue about religion all day with somebody, but as soon as you get on race,
a nigga might be like, I'm atheist. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
say what you want.
As soon as you get on race, man, you can only like do so much.
You can't deny that.
No, yeah, you can only do so much.
And it sucks because like when Black Lives Matter first came out, when it first came out,
originally,
I was so in favor for that because they were well educated, they were spoken, and
it's about raising awareness.
Right, they were just like, hey, your life is just as important as mine. This, that, third, and I was like, yeah, let's do this, let's get out there, and then I lost all support for him when they interrupted Bernie Sanders' campaign when he was on campaign for presidency, and they interrupted his whole campaign. I was like, Bernie Sanders went to jail for marching with Martin Luther King, like literally, like he was there. Y'all should get the history first. Okay, now y'all just saying shit to say shit. If any of those candidates at the time understood what was the struggle of being black, it was Bernie Sanders. And you went up there and you did all that shit, and I was like,
it's because they were being selfish, though.
Right.
It wasn't about the movement. It was about them getting up there, them exerting power over somebody else who they felt had power over them.
Right.
And getting that taken care of. Because that's the whole thing. That's the reason why all these college kids are, like, turning shit upside down on the college administration and putting teachers in their place.
Yeah.
Is because there's a revolt. Deep within the American spirit is a will not to be ruled by anybody else.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? No matter what.
You want to be your own boss.
Exactly. No matter what you look like, the human spirit, I think, but definitely the American spirit is always about, you know, if you read the Articles of Confederation and you read the Bill of Rights and you read the Constitution, you're going to see the core of that is self-empowerment, self-governance, self-preservation, everything like that. So at the core, people, yes, but at the same time, if you can manipulate somebody and use that against the society as a whole, like every other movement has been started. You know what I'm saying? The Tea Party started out as something totally different than what it was a year afterwards. Facts. BLM, same thing. Facts. Occupy Wall Street, same thing. Facts. The hippie movement, same thing. Look what happened with the Beatles. They had to kill one of them motherfuckers to shut them up. You know what I'm saying? Like, because, I mean, the Beatles, they came out doing real music, and then once they started getting into, like, the whole hippie thing, you know, with anti-war and everything like that, they're like, no, thank you.
From now on, I'm going to just go like this for extreme measures. Every time
they did, though. You can't tell me John Lennon wasn't killed for his speech.
Oh, he was.
Right.
Well, that was the brother that said, like, he was quoted for when it said the teacher asked write down what makes you what's the great thing about life or what you want to be in life, and he said happy.
Right.
And she said you didn't understand the assignment. And he said you didn't understand life.
Yeah.
That's that brother. Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
So, but you know, I fuck with it. I understand what you're saying 1,000%.
Right, but that's what happens is, you know, it's been known for a long time that people who want to have control of their people will infiltrate and manipulate groups in order to turn the movement upside down on itself.
Well, and it's like
you know what I'm saying? Like when they did it with hip hop, they've been doing it with hip hop every time. But hip hop is one of them things that at its core you cannot manipulate. You can manipulate certain people in it, but the movement of it,
the foundation.
Yeah, the foundation of it,
solid.
You can't fuck with that.
It's solid.
And that's why I don't censor shit on the fucking show. You know what I'm saying? If you want to go off in whatever rank you want to go on in your music, that's your art. That's your music.
Right.
I'll put it up. If somebody likes it, they can like it. If they don't like it, they can try to beat you in a better music. You know, or
challenge accepted.
Or
I'll take all challenges.
Exactly, challenge, done deal. What happened to fucking diss battles and shit like that?
Right, but like you can't because niggas is sensitive.
Yeah, exactly.
But you know what? At the same coin, I mean, I get that niggas are sensitive, but if you watch freestyle battles, like URL TV or Smack, some shit niggas be saying, I'm like, I got thick skin. And I probably would have. It was something like
Cassidy used to rip into motherfuckers. Though.
Everything he did
before his accident. Like he ended Freeway's career before his accident.
Yeah, but Freeway's career was an accident.
But I'm just saying, like that's the reason he said that he stopped battling people was because he actually felt sorry for ending Freeway's career.
I think everyone felt sorry for Freeway. That's all we gotta.
Well, yeah, I know, but I think. Teaming up with Bernie
Freeway
Siegel.
sucks. I'm sorry.
Teaming up with Bernie
I
Siegel
never
might have
fucked
done
with him.
that.
But, like, I understand because it was Arsenal versus Hitman Holla, and he was like, I pulled the plug, fuck it. Your son's he's like, I'm disrespectful, fuck it. Your son should have been to pull the plug, miscarriage floating in your toilet. And I was just like, oh my God.
Yeah,
like,
that's deep. Motherfuckers be fighting over that shit nowadays. But
nowadays,
yeah, exactly.
I feel like any days.
Probably, but at the same time, when you go into battles like that, no holds barred, anything goes.
Still, nigga,
the whole thing is about coming off the top like that, being lyrical with it.
But
I'm sure if you want to put out things like, "Hey, look, don't bring up family."
If a nigga told me that, I'd be like, the first thing I'm going for now is your family.
Right? Exactly. That's what's gonna happen because it's all a test. You know,
I'm just saying
people be testing everybody.
But that right there, it's not. I don't feel like it's nowadays. I feel like if it was like Victorian England, niggas would still get mad. Thou child shall been in thy toilets, and then thy flushed, and like shit. Like niggas be pissed. Like I don't know. It's just. But I understand what you're saying.
But see, yeah, people get upset over that. But if they say that your mom should have swallowed instead of got came
that's
in.
a very nice way of saying you should never have been here.
That's okay. But
to
if you
say a nigga should have been floating in the toilet. Yeah. Like no, like
that's harsh.
We'll go in the toilet, vomit, poop, and piss. Yeah. Nothing good. We'll go in your mom's mouth. Pie. You know what I mean? All type of shit. So it could be anything. But like, I'm just saying. But
that's one way to put it.
I feel what you're talking about. I cannot go to another rapper, right? Unless it's like my dude Chunk, right. and I know he wouldn't take it like
wherever
that.
the fuck he is.
But I cannot. Hey, get better, my nigga. I hope everything all right. Yeah. But I cannot be. You go to another rapper and be like, hey, let's do this. Let's go after each other. That way we know what to work on because that's that's all competition is. Do you think LeBron James like never shook Steph Curry's hand? He was like, fuck you, nigga.
Hell
I'm
no.
the best.
Half the motherfuckers we practicing with each other.
Right. Because they want to make each other better. Like, okay, bro, every time you step right, I know where you going. You know what I mean? That's how it should be in this game. Let's work together. Let's unite.
You gotta at least collaborate or battle one or two. And that's one of the things I definitely want to see from the show.
Right.
And take this as an official challenge or whatever. But I want to see people go harder. And I want to see people battle each other, and fucking Guzman can shoot the motherfucking video on that shit or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because like,
if a nigga gets started, I already know I'm fat. So if you're coming for me, I need something better than that. I know I'm half black. I know all this shit.
Yeah.
I need some better shit. I need some. And another thing I hate about battle rap, don't say shit you don't have. I hate when I see battle rappers and it's like a nigga who ain't never been in a fight in his life. And he's like, hey, they call me Floyd Mayweather. Stop it. Got it. You're done. Next round. This
Like,
this
man,
is a
if you
wash.
punch somebody in the face, you probably break your knuckles, dude.
Right,
Fuck
like
up.
just keep it 100 with me, bro.
Yeah.
But like, I just don't want to go into battle rap and hear 1,000 different metaphors that I'm fat. And I'll tell you why. 'Cause that's gonna be really hurtful. All right, I don't need 1,000 different ways to see how fat I am. I get it. Started my diet yesterday. Fucking, it takes time.
Right.
Just, yeah, you know what? Do what you have to do. I ain't gonna say nothing.
Yeah,
Do what
no
you have to do.
doubt.
If you gotta talk about my weight, go ahead. Because when I lose it, joke's on you.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
joke is on you.
Yeah, because you're already big, so whenever you lose it and then
Right.
you tone that shit,
Thanks
you're
for
going to
that,
be
by the
twice
way.
as strong
Right, exactly.
as a
Yeah.
motherfucker like me. If I gain the 50 pounds that you may lose or whatever,
Right.
I'm going to have to work 5 times as hard to turn that into muscle.
Facts.
All you got to do is just tone that shit up and
Here's
turn
my
it into
thing.
muscle.
You challenge me right now, call me a fat ass. You give me a year and a half, nigga. Now what? Now you gotta get all new material. I lost this
Exactly.
shit. Now what, nigga?
Yeah.
We here now.
Yeah, that's why you got to go at like their style, or you do some research and find out the lyrics that they spit before
Right.
and challenge them on that shit.
Because music is timeless.
Like
And
Ether, Ether, right?
yeah.
When Nas hit at Jay-Z with Ether, for one, he knew the motherfucker personally, so he can get personal shit. But for two, he hit him on shit that he had said before.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And that's what you got to do, man. That's what I want to see, collaborations, and I want to see battles.
I'm down for all of that.
You know what I'm saying? Just as long as the shit doesn't get into the fucking streets, because that's just dumb.
No,
You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
Let's keep this shit waxed.
You
No
got
need
to
for
keep
to-
it civil. You got to be able to be like, look, we're going to go into this. It's just for the art, for the sport of it.
Right.
Just like if you go in a boxing ring with somebody, you know what I'm saying? When you come out,
Right.
shake hands, you going about your day. Don't motherfucking
Like,
spray their ass's house up or nothing like that. You know, don't do that dumb
Did
shit.
you see Floyd Mayweather still keep talking about McGregor after he beat his ass?
No, they talk shit to hype it up. Exactly,
Right,
which
that's
is
it.
good.
Once
Yeah.
it was done, it was done. And I don't want to make it seem like I won't box niggas. I'm not
Right,
saying
right,
that. It's
right.
just I'm a family man, and I don't want to lose anything I got.
No, I get it,
Do
man.
some stupid shit.
Yeah,
Like,
it
if you
shouldn't
gon-
be like
if
that.
you gonna box me for some real shit. Box because like I stepped on your toes, literally. You know what I
Right.
mean, or anything of that nature. Don't just be like, well, you said some words that hurt. Like,
Then come up with some shit better and hurt their
you a
motherfucking
fucking
feelings.
pussy, bro. Is that
Exactly.
Your coochie fell out. Is that
Like,
what
well,
happened?
see, there's multiple things that people used to be taught, especially, you know, whatever, call me what you want, but especially men were taught as boys, right?
Yeah.
Don't let your mouth write checks your ass can't cash,
Right.
and fucking don't put your hands on somebody if you don't want them to put their hands back on you.
Fucking,
So it
yeah.
comes down to the same thing. Like, if you can't say something to somebody without them coming back at you with something equal to or greater than, then shut your goddamn mouth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you're cool with the challenge of somebody saying some shit to you because you're gonna come back at them. But if somebody says something to you,
Right.
and then you come back at them twice as hard or at least half as hard, and they start crying, then they need to stop. They just need to take the microphone and go
It's done. It's over.
and just
But
fucking leave.
I have more respect for somebody. Like, let's say somebody was not on my like level when it comes to battling, right?
Right.
I would still have respect for him if he still kept at it and kept going, even if his shit was not the hardest you ever heard. Because that
The
right
attempt,
there,
the
you
attempt.
see the ambition,
Mhm.
you see the dedication, you see the fire, and that also speaks louder than hip hop. That speaks about characteristics of a man.
Yeah,
When
person.
Because that
Yeah.
nigga's like, you know what? I may have lost this freestyle battle, but you ain't gonna just bitch me out. I'm gonna say what I have to say.
Yeah.
Even if it's not lyrically in the best form, I'm still gonna say what I have to say. And I can respect that.
Right.
Like, I would tell like, you know what? 1,000, homie. Like, I fuck with you because you kept it going.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
you
saying?
at least put out the effort. You were real about it, and you didn't try being fake. You didn't do anything like that. Yeah, exactly.
And I feel like that's how it should be in life. If someone's doing the best they can, which that's all they can do, is
Yeah.
the best they can.
That's all you can do.
Acknowledgement should not be that hard to give. Like, I do that to my friends, my
Mm-hmm.
neighbors. Like, hey, man, I see you lately out here getting this garden out here, you and your wife. Hey, I appreciate that, man. That looks
Yeah.
real good.
Yeah.
Everyone likes to hear acknowledgement.
Everybody's got their one thing at least that they're good at.
Right.
If they don't have that one thing they're good at yet, they haven't found it yet.
Right.
They'll hopefully find it. But everybody's
Soon.
got that one. Yeah. Some, just try different things. But everybody's got that one thing that they're good at.
that makes
and
them stand out.
Exactly, that they're good at.
Right.
And if they just hone that craft in, then yeah, just give them some appreciation.
Like, shit take time. Like, where I'm at now lyrically, like with this mixtape I'm doing, mixtape
Right.
called Message from the King. It's being produced by Alex Chu from G.I.C. So,
Which king?
say what?
Who's the king?
Here.
You're the king.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you were going like spiritual or whatever, man. Or you were just talking about Martin Luther King and Black Lives Matter, the original movement. So I didn't know if you were talking about that king.
I say the word nigga like 1,000 times. We're not.
I know. I'm just saying.
This is not like. I'm just saying like it can't be like, hey, this for you, MLK.
Right.
All these niggas ain't shit. No, but like Martin Luther King be like, what? No, but like that's from the king. But where I'm at now, like I show people with no hesitation, and motherfuckers tell me all the time, like, bro, that shit on point. But it wasn't always like that.
Right,
like
yeah.
I had whack shit. I had weak shit. And
Everybody
motherfuckers
has.
are just like, why do you rap? And I'm like, thanks, Grandma.
Thanks, Grandma.
Just won't do this again.
Hey, at least she took time to hear it.
Yeah.
Whether she wanted to or not, she heard it.
She turned the hearing aid off.
Right?
No,
she
but
did.
like,
You had that shit cranked too much. She was like,
like, all I hear is shit. No, but like, but where I'm at now, it took time to get to here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, like when I write songs, I got this whole different style how I used to write them. I take more time in them, and that shit shows. Like now, when I show motherfuckers be like, "Damn, nigga, like this is on point,"
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, I know it is.
Right.
Like that's not me being cocky. You know what I mean?
you
it's
put in your
confidence.
work, and
Right.
you're like, thank you, I appreciate the
Right.
love, and I know it is.
It's like, and like, it's not the best award, but it is to me. If this was a league, I would have got the most improved like award because I went from here and I brought this shit up, working at it, listening to beats, trying to ride the melody. I went from here and I brought that shit to here, and I'm proud of myself for that.
Right.
I'm proud of myself. Like now, like Chunk came over yesterday and he was picking beats because we got a mixtape in the works, and he was just like, he was like, bro, I showed him some new shit. He's like, bro, it's really fucking dope. And Chunk's opinion holds a lot more water with me than like any other rapper. Like,
in case y'all don't know, who he's referring to as Chunk is the artist known as Mike Bradley, who's also first airing on Hip Hop Hour episode 6. Anyway.
Yeah,
sorry.
my bad. Here's the thing. When Chunk lost all that weight, he was like, you can still call me Chunk. And, like, that's the OG name. When I met him,
Right.
it was Chunk. And, like, before he lost weight, it was Chunk. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's in my phone as Mike Bradley, but every time he calls, I'm like, who the fuck is that? Nah, but Chunk's a great artist. If you don't know about him, you should probably slap yourself, because when you find out about him, he's fucking amazing. That's the only nigga that locally I fuck with, like him and Smurf, that I feel like are better than me, that I can say out loud without crying. So, yeah, but got a mixtape, Message from the King, and I took a lot of time in it, a lot of effort. And there's a couple of, like...
yeah, because you took some time off, right?
Yeah,
like
for my kids.
Well, for your kids, yeah, but then, like, you've taken a little bit of time off. Like, you're coming back saying, Durrty Water is back. And for those of you that, for those that never knew you before, yeah, like, you took some time off for your kids.
Right.
And then to, like, hone your craft and shit, right?
Well, the thing is, my mother passed away a couple months ago.
Right.
And it fucked me up. Like...
That should.
The best mom ever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so when she passed away, before she passed away, because she passed away from cancer. You know what I mean?
That shit's rough, man.
It very much so. Fuck cancer. Just put that out there.
Yeah, no shit, man.
But,
my grandpa went through that shit for years, man.
Yeah.
I know it's slow and painful death, man.
And it hurts you.
Fuck, it hurts everybody, man.
And it's like, and like, even though I knew she was going, I still wasn't, like, even when she passed, that like there's no way you can prepare for it.
Fuck no, dude, especially your parent, man. Your
Right.
parent or your kid or your like sibling. You can't do that shit. Like your
Right.
friend or something like that. It hurts, but it's different. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Yeah.
And so when before she passed away, before she started going on a downhill, not because of her, but that's just what cancer does. Before she went
And
on
the chemo. That
Right.
shit doesn't help.
Yeah,
But
well,
it does,
she
but it
didn't
doesn't.
take it the second time. She was
Right.
done.
After you go through that hell the first time,
Yeah.
some people can do it more than once, but some people are like, man, fuck that. Anything else we can try.
But even without doing that, she was still fighting this courageous battle as one of the fucking toughest soldiers you would have ever met. I love my mother. May she rest in peace. But
Right.
the last conversations we had, she was talking to me and she was telling me, she's like, I know that she told me she thought I was a great father, which shit just hit me hard, because I'm trying to be the best father I can be. And she told me, she was like,
And that's all you can do, honestly.
right.
Yeah.
And she was just like, keep doing what makes you happy. If it's music, stay with it because you have the knack for it.
Yeah.
And so, like, I've been just trying to get back in the studio as much as possible while still trying to be a father and hold it down. But, like, a lot of stuff I've been doing here lately is for my mom. Like, I used to have this huge afro, and then I cut it because my mom liked me with short hair. You know what I mean? And I'm not a big fan of it, but just knowing that my mom Really
Right.
loved it. Like, I'm gonna keep it short for a minute.
It's a lot easier to take care of.
Right. Yeah. Like now, I
Like
don't have to,
when you got longer hair and stuff like that, it's harder to maintain and stuff. If you put a hat on and you're fucked for the day,
right.
you know what I'm saying?
And it's crazy because like my shampoo time went from like 28 minutes to a healthy 3.
Right.
You know, saving on the heat bill. I was just doing what I can off for her. Like this music, I'm getting back, and I feel like she's like I think about my mom all the time. I feel like she's helping me with this craft. Like, you know what? I want to do the best that I can do because my mom wouldn't tolerate no whack shit. She wouldn't accept no bullshit. Like she would want me to go all out,
Right.
and do what I can. And that's what I've been doing. And I did a song for the last time I recorded, and shit fucked me up. And Alex was super cool about it. You know, he was like, if you gotta cry, my nigga, let that shit out. Don't hold it in. Like, this is your mom's. This is
and your mom
OG.
just died recently, you know?
Yeah, you know what I mean?
So, I mean, all that combined.
And I hate to say, it's one of my favorite songs. I don't like listening to it, but I love listening to it because when I listen to it, it hits again like my mom's not here. But when I listen to it, I'm like, I did this for one of the strongest, most beautiful women I ever got to know in my life. You know what I mean? And I'm going to present it to my family on Christmas. So that's going to be the gift for them.
There you
because I called her phone because it's still on for the rest of the year.
Right.
And I left her voicemail on it. That way we always have it.
Right.
You know, so Alex was real cool about it. And, which is weird. It's weird when Alex is nice to me because Alex is usually like mean to me all the time. Like all the time. So like when I was hurt, like, and he said something a long time ago. He's like, when motherfuckers go through real situations, I don't say shit.
Yeah.
And I remember the first time I told the family, the label, that my mom had cancer. I had just gotten that phone call from my dad. Alex didn't say shit. He talked, but he didn't make fun of me or nothing. Because that's what niggas do. We ride each other.
Yeah, but you can't make fun of people for their parents dying. And
right.
Shit. Yeah.
But this is the first real situation I had.
Right.
So it was weird. And then when I did this song, the first 3 songs before that, Alex was making fun of me, just giving me a hard time, just doing what he does. And then when we did that song, it was like a complete 180. He was just like, and serious.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, whatever you gotta do, just do it. Don't let me or anybody else here make you feel out of place. Just do it.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, homie, you can be nice. And he's like, just for certain occasions.
Yeah, well, the people that fuck with you the most are usually the people that you at least got a spot, with them.
Right.
And so whenever you're in a bad spot, that's when you got good people around you. Is if they switch that up. Now, if they just keep riding you, then you may want to reassess your situation with them. You know what I'm saying? Like if he would have been like, man, stop being a little bitch.
Right.
Then you'd probably be like, hold on a second, should I even be fucking with you?
I have to.
I understand you're one of the greatest producers ever, but goddamn it, I don't think that I need to be fucking with you. Right. Now.
And I don't know. Like Alex has known me for a while now, coming up on 10 years. I started recording when I was like 18, 19, and like he's known me for a while. And Alex and other people that he's brought around have always been honest with me. Like I trust these niggas when it comes to my music because Alex has literally told me that songs that I've had sucked.
Right.
Like no hesitation. Like what do you think about this song?
Nah, it sucks.
Alex not saying nothing. I know. I know.
Because his mom probably said, if you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. He's like, well, I can't say anything nice. All I can say is it sucks.
Like, he'll name off other songs that he likes. What do you think about that song? Yeah, it's nothing like this song. This clearly took your time on that one. What happened here?
That's one of the things, not to cut you off, man, but taking your time. That's one of the things that I feel creates not all the time, but most of the time creates better music.
Yeah.
Than coming off the top and rushing shit.
Yeah.
That's one of the things where when people, if an artist says, hey, look, I don't freestyle, or I'm not good at freestyling, it's because they're deeper thinkers. This is the way I feel. So anybody want to debate me, go for it. Right. But the way I feel about it is if people say that they don't freestyle or they're not good, if they're honest and say they're not good, they don't freestyle, all they do is write, like Pharoah Monch, right? Like that motherfucker, he doesn't freestyle. Right. He writes only at his house. He doesn't write in the studio. He doesn't rush. He puts it all together. It's all elaborate because he's a deep thinker. Like people like that, it's when you think deep and you put out really good stuff, that's when you actually get the good stuff. Because music has a way of building a time capsule in your brain, it seems
does.
Like. You know what I'm saying? Because if I listen to certain music, it takes me back to a certain place. for instance, like Lil Wayne's Hustler Music, right?
Mhm.
That track is one of my favorite songs by him because whenever it came out, I was doing some dirt back in those days, and I was riding around late night feeling the same kind of feeling
So
that
you
I
could relate
heard
to it,
that
yeah.
I heard from that. And so that sticks with me. So anytime I listen to that track, it takes me back and I just sit and I laugh. You know what I'm saying? I laugh and I enjoy it, and it's awesome because I'm sitting there, I'm just like, man,
I no longer do that shit.
I was pretty stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I did a lot of dumb fucking shit. You know what I'm saying? And I did not, I luckily skated out of all that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't I didn't get fucking picked up or nothing like that. So lucky that I didn't. And I mean, I could be arrogant as fuck and say it's because I was too smart for that dumb, to get caught.
Right.
But that I think that was at least half of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I was really smart about this
yeah,
shit.
smarts play a big part in a lot of things.
Yeah,
everything you do.
But the main thing is though is that I pulled out right as soon as shit fell through, and like always,
You have a strong pullout game.
yeah, I got a very strong pullout game, but like always,
It's for the fans.
I pulled out just in time before shit came down, and like it always happens, it's because of one motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's always that one motherfucker that'll get you caught up, and if the key to seeing that is, in my wisdom of being an old ass 31-year-old, you know what I'm saying? The key is when you see one of your boys or somebody around you or somebody you're thinking about fucking with who has heat on them, not in like a good way, like they're blowing up hot, like your new mixtape's going to.
Thank you.
But I'm just saying, like, they got heat on them. Don't fuck with them.
Yeah.
Because unless you are living 100,000% squeaky clean, which no motherfucker is,
Right.
you will get caught up.
Right. And usually that motherfucker's characteristics is that nigga's always overly excited to find out your business, what you're in.
And they're always talking shit about their own business. The motherfucker who runs their mouth the most is probably the one not doing shit or getting ready to fuck up your shit.
Right. That motherfucker come around. I dirt, swear to God, nigga. Hey, man. I heard you were doing good, man. Hey, you doing better than me. If I had your hands, I'd cut mine off, Chief. What's been going on? And I'm just
And that's where they want to find out what you're doing. That way they can try to fuck it up or try to gain from it.
And that's when I tell them I'm broken. I have 6 broken toes, and it's a
it's like,
struggle to walk.
I'm glad I ran into you, man. You got $10 I could borrow?
Need some hemorrhoid cream. What? It's disgusting.
So you got this new mixtape coming up.
Yes, I do. It's awesome.
All right, so you're gonna release it all at once. Or you're gonna do like a slow drip, like when you get caught up on some shit with some hoes.
This nigga's trying to get in my business. He's a narc. Nah, but like, this shit dumb as hell. To be honest, I'm still not sure about that. There's one song already out now. It's called Oh My, and these songs, a lot of these songs,
You still gotta send me that, by the way.
Oh, I thought you had it. My bad.
It's all good.
I'll have my people talk with your people.
No, it's all good. I'll get it.
Okay, then don't tell me to do stuff. I'm playing. But a lot of these songs, I'm mainly coming at local rappers, and it's because I know we can do better. Stop listening to like these mumble rappers. Like I know rappers that whatever's hot right now, they'll try to coattail.
They'll emulate it.
Yeah, like when Fetty Wap came out, these niggas were like, hey, so they recorded themselves rapping like Fetty Wap. I'm like, yeah, shit fun. I'm just like, stop. We're no longer friends.
Just
I'm
be
gonna
yourself.
Right.
Find like everybody's got to emulate until they find their own style.
Right.
I get that.
But like the lot of songs on my mixtape is just to tell rappers, like I'm calling rappers out. Like I want to hear real shit. I mean, ask Alex. A lot of shit. I'm just like, I got 2 songs, right? Well, I got a lot more songs than that. I'm amazing. But there's 2 songs on this mixtape called Superman Back and then Superman. And Superman Back is more like it's more of like I'm breaking in a door. Like niggas want to say I'm too old for this. Y'all can suck my old ass. So like I'm here and
You're not even old.
I mean, but like in the
Who's saying that? 18-year-olds?
it's more like people that work at Subaru when I tell them like, yeah, I do music. And they're like, ain't you like 142?
When people think
27.
Yeah, when people think that music is a young kid's game, you know what I'm saying? Like they'll say that, you'll hear that stereotype, oh yeah, that's that 40-year-old guy who thinks he thinks he's a rapper or he wants to be a rapper. It's like, dude, you know how many 40-year-old motherfuckers are killing shit in the rap game right now? You ever heard of this motherfucker called Tech 9?
Yeah,
This motherfucker's like damn near
strange
getting,
music.
yeah, he's getting ready to like Social Security or
Paints
some
his
shit.
face.
Yeah, he's getting ready to do Social Security or something. I
Fucks a
don't
lot
know.
of women.
He's gonna start doing like AAA commercials and shit soon.
I'm proud of him.
Fuck.
He should, hey, I mean, you
He's
might as
gonna
well.
be on AARP and shit.
I was like, you
But
might as
no,
well.
like that motherfucker out there touring almost every day of the year.
Yeah.
Every year.
Yeah.
And making music all the goddamn time, killing it all on his own.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like,
that's 100%
you can be
facts.
whatever age, and if you have a talent, you can fucking make money off it.
I wouldn't give a fuck if my takeoff song was when I was 37. If it was another decade from now, I'm still riding that flame until I'm gonna ride that bitch till the wheels fall off.
And see, that says something about you as a person, is that you have the determination. Most people, after 10 years of trying to do something, if they don't get it, they'll quit halfway through it, if not earlier than that.
Well, the biggest thing that I do that a lot of people don't do is when I eat cereal, I don't eat like Captain Crunch and all that. I eat success. So in this mixtape, like I have Superman back and Superman, and the reason why I say Superman is because people are like, Superman's a nice person. Okay, yeah, because he came out during like the World Wars, and like they give kids hope that someone was an American symbol. But let's be 115 fucking % honest. If Superman really wanted to, he could fucking destroy any and everything. Like, and that's me in this game. I have different songs. Like, this whole mixtape is just me. I do every hook, I do every verse, and I'm not saying like just me as in like I produce it and I made all the beats. Negative, because Alex will quit this camp. He'll stop this show right now.
Right.
And I'll be like, I'm gonna have 2 black eyes when I turn it back on. Alex did all this, you know what I mean? So,
Right, yeah.
But like it on this mixtape, it's just me. It's just I got so many songs that like not so many, just like the Superman back, Superman, oh my, oh Lord. What else is there? I can't think. Back to Broke. Back to Broke is probably my favorite right now because, like I said, that day I had 2 bowls of success, and then I recorded later that day, and that song.
So you had 2 bowls of success, and then you were talking about being back to broke.
Yeah.
See how that makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if you heard the song, thanks.
Right. What I'm saying is like, go ahead and explain that shit.
The song Back to Broke is saying I'm not going back to broke.
Makes
and like
sense.
that's what the whole, it's like the hook is like, I ain't going back to broke. Like that's what that comes from. Like now I take my time with beats. I used to just whatever fucking beat came on, I was like, I'm gonna just rip and that's it. Not knowing that a lot of producers put this stuff, they look at they shit like rap music as well. Like they have to find the right notes and make that shit hit just right to be popular. And like it's just a competition of going back and forth to everything. So now I'm looking for these beats.
But you know, that's one of the things though, is that if you actually put your time and you put your effort into your track, people will feel it a lot more than if you just put some shit out.
Facts. Like I'm doing everything I can. I'm selling hats. Like I'm trying to get as much money as possible because I have a vision for all this. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. How many months do you want to keep working a job until you're doing only music for your income? How many months?
I want to be able to retire tomorrow. No, but like
No, I'm saying
realistically.
No, I'm just saying that because like, you know, some people will be like, man, like in 5 years. 5 years, that's a long time. You know how many days that is? That's a lot.
I would like to talk to an A&R about ghostwriting first, just to get my name in the door. So many artists have started from just that because I could ghostwrite all day, and it would be more easier for me because they wouldn't have to work with my weight. Like if I got signed, of course the first thing they're gonna do is like, all right, nigga, you need to go to a gym immediately after. In fact, the second you sign that last page, throw up in the bathroom and go work out, like in that order.
And then just stop eating. Just only drink water and just stop eating.
This is your new inhaler. This is how you eat now.
Yeah, it has some flavorant in it and some scent, but then it also kills your taste buds after you taste it.
Right, you get 1 puff per month.
Yeah.
So use it wisely, and like they say that as I'm puffing.
Once you get smaller than me, then you'll be all right.
Right, and then you can go on stage. So like with ghostwriting, I'd still be able to get my music out there. I mean, granted, it wouldn't be under my name and all that, but still, it's just the fact that it's a step in the right direction.
Right.
So, and I would like to hopefully do something like that before the end of next year. Like I would, like if I could just sell 1 song to get my foot in the door, I would.
So what's plan B? What about plan B is, you know, you just become your own A&R. And you make your own music, you handle at least some of the business of it. Maybe hire a manager to help get your shit out, or work through one of those companies that distro and shit like that for
Right.
you. You just focus on the music.
Well-
You get all the royalties besides, the little cut the distro get, and then you are not signed to anybody but your own label, and then you're your own boss.
Right.
What about that?
That would also go hand in hand with hopefully at the end of next year. Like I'm hoping to have this mixtape done here in a couple of months to where I can take it to a distribution company to print up CDs.
Right.
So, like I'm trying to take this as serious as possible. Like, and I'm hoping to pass out so many, and I'll probably sell it for free too. Like sell it for free. Don't listen to me. I'll probably pass it out for free too. I just want, cause I have 100% chance of giving, like not 100%, but I have a better chance of giving someone a free mixtape as opposed to someone trying to buy it. And that's not a knock to my craft. That's not a knock.
It's
to
not
me
to
as
people.
a person.
It's a truth about people in general.
I look at it as in, if I can get a big enough buzz off this, just passing this shit out for free, the next mixtape I get, I know for a fact I can sell. Because if Message from the King is a hot enough mixtape to where niggas are messaging me like, hey bro, tracks, da 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 da, all that shit's hot, bro. Like, when's your next shit? Like, it's in the works right now. Ooh. And then if I'm promoting enough to where it's getting this big of enough of a buzz, then like niggas will understand why I'm selling the shit. It's
Right.
like, you know what? I've heard his other shit. His shit was good. I have faith in this nigga that he's still producing great content. So let me go ahead and support. You know what I mean? I'm not out here trying to sell these mixtapes just to get a quick buck. Because if that's the case, I'd have been done a long time ago.
Right.
I'm taking my time to make great content, marketing, talking to new people I've never met before. Trying to do new things I haven't done. And a lot of it stems from my mom's death, as I said. Like, she's motivated me, and it bothers me because I wish I would have done it when she was still here, because I took her presence for granted. I didn't fully appreciate what I had
No, I get
until
what you're saying.
until she was gone. Like, I wish she was still here so she could see how hard I'm working. But it's because she's not here, I'm working this hard.
Yeah.
Because-
So what? You think that if she was still here, you wouldn't be working as hard as you were working? You think that was the jump start?
Probably not. Yeah. To
Yeah.
be
usually-
perfectly honest.
Yeah.
Because with her here, I just took it for what it was. Like, I got my mom, this, that, third. But knowing that one of the last full conversations we had was my mom saying that she was proud of the man I became, that I'm a good father, and that I need to stay focused on what makes me me. And then that was it.
All right. So just to kind of wrap it up, been going a little long, so I had to cut it a little bit. Anyway, got a mixtape you're working on coming out.
Message from the King.
Message from the King.
Durrty Water.
That's the King, not anything that I was talking about earlier, which is some dumb shit apparently.
Just cut the whole. Just throw that whole thing out. All right. Just save it
But
for
anyway,
personal keeping.
Anyway, you got that shit coming out. You said you're going to be working on some music videos, possibly.
Yes.
Give the people something to see.
Working on music videos, working on this diet that has nothing to do with music. You should just know that I'm doing well. I got things in the works with Mike Bradley, but I got all kind of shit coming out. I got people who want to do collabs, and I'm down for that. And I didn't forget y'all. I'm moving and I'm working, and this is the longest time I've actually sat with no kids talking just about music. I'm never this blessed to get this much time. So I promise I'm doing what I can. I want to collab with as many artists as possible, and just hit me up or hit up Alex Chu and he'll get at me. Hit up Chris. It don't matter. Just because I'm gonna give him my phone number because we're best buds now. Because this means something. All right.
This motherfucker be tripping. But anyway, for real, like with technology today, you can collab with anybody in the world.
Any and everybody.
You guys don't have to be in the studio at the same time.
I did a song with a nigga from Denmark. Didn't understand one fucking word he said.
Done deal.
But I liked it. That's a lie. I didn't do that. I actually did do a song with a female from England, though.
Yeah?
Yes, I did.
There you
That was
go.
cool.
What's the name of that track so people can go check it out? Or is it out?
Well, I don't think it's out yet. I think it's called Body Love. It was a while back. It was
Right.
nothing recent.
All right.
But her name was
all right.
El Marie or something like that.
There you
Yeah,
go.
and she spit bars. She was cold. I was actually surprised. Alex
Oh,
was
yeah.
like, hey, I got a feature for you. And I was like, what up? He's like, it's a female from England. And I was like, I'm not having no Cheerio. Good day, Brit, on my shit. You know what I mean? And then
Man,
he showed it to
Some
me.
of them British artists be fucking going hard.
She went ham. She was cold. I was
Yeah.
like, fuck. I was not mad at all. I was kind of actually scared that she wasn't going to like my verse. That's how good she was. So
That happens, man.
that's about as far as I've gotten is across the pond,
right.
if you will. But yeah, I'm always down to do collabs. Just let me know. Unity, you know what I mean, for the community is needed.
Yeah,
Dirty
no
Water.
doubt. And speaking of community, I mean, a lot of people that are on the fucking hip hop hour are all from the same community. Not everybody. I'd say a good half or more. And you know fucking most of them.
I know a lot of yeah, and if there's any personal vendettas or beef, we gotta get past that, bro. There's not really a beef or vendetta that I can fully say is validated. A lot of shit is dumb. Like niggas beef over baby mamas and this, that, and the third. Like we gotta get past that, bro. I'm sorry. If your baby mama a hoe, it's the consequence.
Yeah, you just gotta face reality.
You know what I mean?
You just gotta be like, you know what? Self-assessment. It is what it is.
I would look at it like,
on.
Look, you can fuck every nigga in the hood. Just don't let them niggas touch my son at all. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or any of my kids. Just don't. Other than that, if they not messing with Shorty, do what you want. As long as you're taking care of Shorty when you have them, do what you want. We got to stop this beef, man. We got to stop
no
the
shit.
beef.
Yeah, we just got to come together, man. So
come together.
What you will see from Hip Hop Hour right here at Fight4Freedom Productions is you are going to see more collaborations. There's already collaborations that have already been in the works, but I'm working on putting some more shit together. Durrty over here, he's collabed with a lot of motherfuckers, and there's going to be a lot more.
A lot more.
And
you see, the trick is when you eat your bowl of success is to wash it down with the glass of all I do was win.
Right.
That's it. And then I get some
That's
toast.
a motherfucker taking a step back. That's one guy who took a step back. T-Pain
took a step back.
T-Pain, like,
cut his dreads and everything.
You saw the interview he had with Oprah after he cut his dreads when he came back?
No, I didn't see that.
It was like Oprah or something like that.
Vlad TV, I seen that. Where he talked about why he cut his dreads.
He cut about why his dreads like to start over. Yeah, it was Vlad. Sorry, not Oprah. Whatever.
I was like, I didn't know Oprah interviewed real niggas.
Yeah, well, yeah, no, my bad.
Okay,
But no, he was talking about that, how he had to take a step back because he was going so hard in the fame and everything like that, and then he was just running out of material.
Yeah, it was ruining his marriage almost.
It was ruining his marriage. It was ruining his fatherly roles. You know, his relationship with his kids. I had
a dream of his uncle, and his uncle was like, "You got to cut off your dreads because you value that more than you do
anything
personal
else.
Life." Yeah,
right. And then he also had to step back because he was forcing it too much.
Yeah,
it's from what he was saying. So that's one of the things. Is like when people say, "Oh man, so and so changed, man," they're not hungry anymore. Their music, you can't hear it.
Negative. Sometimes the best thing to do is take a step back. If you want to get forward, sometimes you gotta take a step back. I heard someone say today that in order for me to get further in my future, I had to take a look at my past. And like that's some true shit. Not live in his past.
Right, yeah, no.
Know the difference. He had looked to where he came from. He's like, you know what, I did this wrong and this wrong and this wrong.
Right.
Let me change the game up and do this right, and this right. So
yeah, you gotta look at what you did. Stop living in the past, learn from it, and move forward. Everything like that.
So if you need a collab, there's 1,000 different ways to get at me. Just get at me. Durrty Water with G.I.C, TSMG. And then we have a new corporation coming out. It's called The Realest Niggas Who Ever Lived and Never Died.
Is there going to be an abbreviation for that?
Nope, because it's not real. Don't focus on me. This is your show. Focus on the other stuff.
On that note, since he's being delusional, we're going to end that
I'm on
right
a diet.
here.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, he's hungry. He hasn't eaten in like 20 minutes.
Thank you.
And that was Fight4Freedom Productions, Hip Hop Hour, interviews the great and wonderful, powerful Oz, Durrty Water.
All I do is win.
Check out the next one.
Durrty Water, I'm one of a kind. No, not exhibit, but I was the sign. Stand up for myself, not missing the spine. Roll with the grapes, not talking no wine. Real and balling, the two intertwined. A contract for more money, where do I sign? I ain't going back to broke. I ain't going back to that. I'm staying where I'm comfortable. And I'ma leave it just like that.